All right, welcome to the Oakdale Park and Recs Commission meeting on Tuesday, May 18th. Do roll call, and I believe we're missing Councilmember Jake, and we are missing Glenn and...
Glenn will be late, and Mark will be absent, as
okay.
well as Jake.
Jake, yeah, Jake will be absent.
Yep.
All right, then we're going right into the meeting then, huh?
Well,
I don't see
Pledge
the
of Allegiance?
Pledge of Allegiance on here.
oh, well, we're going to do that.
All right, join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible.
All right, we're jumping right in and going to Jeff. Welcome, Jeff.
Thank
Oh,
you.
Do we want to do the approval of
Oh,
minutes?
sorry, I did
Approve the
miss it.
minutes.
Yep.
Sorry. Yeah, I know, rusty. Everyone get a chance to look at
Not home on that
April's
couch,
minutes?
zooming.
Huh?
You're not home on that couch, zooming.
I know. Everyone get a chance to look at the minutes? Any questions, comments, concerns? Then we just need a motion to approve April's minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Jen,
Second.
Seconded.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes. Now you're up, Jeff.
Now I'm up, thank you. So crews, we're just busy with softball, both youth and adult leagues started. We're fields every day, we're trying to keep up on the mowing and trimming and working on irrigation, getting all the fields up. Wish we could use some rain, so a little relief, so I'm just extremely busy.
We have-
Not enough, we need more than that. And then, excuse me, trying to keep up with work orders, and it's a busy time right now. If we have any college kids looking for a summer seasonal part-time job, we're definitely in need. I'm 6 short, so it starts at $14 an hour, and
Are you not getting anyone applying?
I have nobody,
No one's applying?
nope.
Wow.
So,
So it's
yeah,
just
we're
like-
6 short, and it hurts our crew with 5 people, and then you take 1 or 2 out on vacation or sick, so. Yeah, reach out, I think on the City of Oakdale's website, or reach out to Public Works, and definitely, if you're interested, we'll entertain you, so. Gotta be 18. You look older than 15 anyway, Steve.
I'll reach out to my son and
Sure.
see if he'll talk to his friends,
Yeah,
because he's graduating this year, so.
sounds good. Appreciate it. Really, that's all I have. We're just busy trying to keep up with everything, so.
All right. Anyone got questions for Jeff? Ready? All right, Julie.
Oh, yeah, I do actually, Jeff. Who's responsible for the parks and just going around doing a once-over every now and then? I walked out to Walton yesterday
Yep.
for ball games. Same vulgar language written on the handrails. I grabbed a Sharpie, started rubbing it out, but I mean, it's everywhere. I've seen it on the...
This has been a horrible issue. We're dealing with it since last Wednesday.
Okay.
We have currently 1 bathroom shut down because of it. Now I see it just since today, this afternoon, our dumpster, I just drove through the parking lot. That's been hit just today, it's broad daylight. So we have a park up north that's been Oakfield Park up off of Helmo and 50th, just south of there. It's been destroyed the last 4 or 5 nights. I've asked the police to try to go through there at night and do some more patrol. It started last Wednesday here. I don't know, it sort of goes in streaks, but yeah, it's always, if there's anything called, but we have bathrooms shut down right now in this park because of it. It's terrible. So I'd like to catch them. I mean, not me personally, but yeah, we deal with it. It seems like every year when it gets close to school getting out and school gets out, that's when we usually get hit, and then it sort of tapers off in the summer. But right now, it's our bathroom buildings that have been taking the hit, and then the park up north, so. But no, we go through them every day. We have crews that
Yeah,
go
just
through.
walk the park. I mean, it was just on handrails and
Yep.
things like that, so that's where I
Yep.
saw it.
Over here by Well 9?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah.
I just grabbed a Sharpie. I
Okay.
just rubbed it out. It's
Appreciate it.
That
We'll look at it in the morning, Freddie. Appreciate you letting me know.
Are they hitting the benches also out on the fields? dugouts? Because those are what, 2x10s?
Yeah, 12s, 10s or 12s.
Yeah. So I know that it used to be notorious for tagging out there.
Yeah. Don't give them any ideas.
No, it just came to mind that.
It's sad because you try to, I've gone around even in the last couple days and talked to the kids, and this is your park. It's not my park. It's, you know, and public uses it, and it's there for, you know, there's families and kids, and so it's, but they'll tell you, yeah, and it's, and I don't know, it's not them. I don't yell at them. I'm not accusing them, but I'm just, you can sort of tell.
Sure. Well, they can keep their eye out, too.
Yeah, yep.
Well, one of the things I was thinking about was part of the OA partnership was maybe switching those benches out to a full aluminum where they're open-backed, kind of graded, where tagging them really is kind of senseless.
The nice thing about the wood, we can just paint right over it if we have to, but aluminum looks nicer, I agree with you.
Yeah, and I just think if they tag it, it's not going to be visible to anyone anyways.
Yeah.
So, something to look into, we can.
Sure. Thank you.
Have the citizens do that, or just call you first,
Yeah, just call us.
you know, because it was pretty nasty stuff at
Yeah.
that time.
I mean, yeah, if usually we'll go up and look at it if it's something that we take care of it immediately, so,
Okay, okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah, so, no, I appreciate you telling me about that, Freddie. Thank you. We'll look at it, but, yeah, this park has been, since last week, it's been terrible here, so.
Anything else, Freddie? Nope. All right. Julie?
Thank you. So I've got a couple things for the May update. Our summer programs, we are full speed ahead, so our newsletter will be going out, should hit mailboxes late this week. And so that'll be available online as well. So that'll be adults and kids' activities. So watch for that. Our summer staff, our instructors have been selected. Training will begin the first week in June. We've got 6 returning, and we've got 3 new hires. It may be 4, so we'll have a total of 10 this summer, so full speed ahead with that. We are offering free summer youth programming this summer at no cost to Oakdale residents. So our council was interested in doing that, so we are going ahead with that as well for this summer. So all youth that live in Oakdale will receive free programming. Yeah, yep. Our indoor garage sale that was held last Saturday from 9 to 1 at the Discovery Center. Typically, we hold that in winter, but when we were planning that last fall, we weren't sure where we would be today, so we pushed that back to May. Next year, we'll go back to offering that in the winter. Summerfest, I think Jeff will touch on that as we go along here after I'm done speaking, but our 5K run, that'll be held on Saturday, June 26th. Citizens Community Federal Bank will be back again as our sponsor this year, and we'll have volunteers from Hope Church helping us out with the race as well. All participants will receive a race shirt. We are not doing any day of registrations this year for the race, so you do need to pre-register for that. Our third layer skateboard contest, that'll be held on Friday, June 25th, and that will be at 5 p.m. with check-in at 4. That is a free event. Contest sponsors are Amy Brown at State Farm and the Oakdale Collision Center, so they sponsor us every year for that event. Participation is free for that one as well. Our Amped Up Entertainment Series, that'll kick off on Thursday, June 17th, and so that's always a free program that we do, Thursday mornings at 10 o'clock. So we've got the Raptor Center this year, Bruce the Bug Guy, Wendy's Wiggle, Jiggle, and Jam. Acme Magic Factory will all perform at the amphitheater this summer. So typically, we normally get 100 people coming out for that event, so always very popular at the Discovery Center there. Our summer concert series, we're going ahead with that. That'll kick off on June 16th with a performance by the Blue Dream Classic Rock Band. So concerts are held on Wednesdays beginning at 7 o'clock at the Walton Band Shell, and the series will conclude on August 18th. So happy to have the summer concert series back this year as well. Farmers Market, that'll kick off on June 2nd, and that runs every Wednesday through October 13th, from 2 to 6:30 in the Oakdale parking lot. And that has been expanded this year, so that'll run to through 6:30 this year. So that'll be a new additional half hour. We'll have our food trucks as well. KFC egg rolls and our Mexican food truck will be there, and we'll rotate food trucks as well throughout the summer. The majority of our vendors will be back, along with a few new vendors as well. So looking forward to that. We did offer our AARP tax assistance this year, so we were able to serve 118 despite operating at half capacity. So happy to see that they were able to come back this year. And then lastly, our park cleanup, we had 111 volunteers signed up to clean 11 of our parks this spring. So thanks to all the thanks to the volunteers who helped out. Participants were given free growable plant kits as thank you gifts as well. So successful once again this spring. People are happy to just to get out and participate and help keep our parks clean. So if anybody has any questions, I can certainly answer anything, comments, concerns.
Not a concern, this is kind of a new thing.
Sure.
Either Paul or Julie. Volleyball outside.
Okay,
See a ton of people playing it out.
okay.
I would, you guys should look and getting the league going. I think it'd be a lot of fun for people out there.
I think it would be a great thing.
Yeah, because you see them at Eastside all the time, at Walton,
Sure.
and they're having a lot of fun. And I
Okay.
think it could be expanded
Sure.
very nice, and I don't know if OAA want to do it or the city itself. I'm not sure
Sure.
how to start or where you want to go with that, but it's something we should consider.
Okay. Are you thinking kids or adults?
I think adults
Okay.
right now.
Sure, I'll make a
Yeah.
note of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we could use the beach at Tanner's. Not getting used for anything.
Beach volleyball.
And I just want to touch on this, so if you're going to do it out here, you need to have a permit to do it, because what we're running into, they'll come and set their nets in their boundary areas, they'll put their spikes in. We fixed 2 lines yesterday. It's all underground irrigation here, and we have power. So it's posted, and I go and talk to most of them that I see, 99% of them are pretty friendly about it, and we like to move it around. I don't want it worn down to the dirt out here, we've already got a couple areas, so.
That's why I'd like to see a league, so
Yeah,
we have
yep.
designated areas.
Yep, absolutely.
Because I know when we were playing at Northdale Park years ago, they would just come into the right field off of
Yep,
Northdale 1.
that's every
And kind
weekend.
of block us from getting in and practicing, so.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's why if we could get designated
And
areas, so they're
Brian
not.
has looked at it on where we had a couple parks where it was being used. The issue comes up is fitability, where it's away from big enough area where we can put courts in, but.
We'll definitely work with you before
Yeah.
we start moving
Yeah.
forward, if we move forward.
I cruised by Eberly, they were playing there the other day. I mean, it just seems like a lot of people.
Yeah, you see a lot of it,
Yeah, so
yeah,
might as well take a little advantage of it and get a
Absolutely.
little more organized, so they aren't putting
yeah.
dents in all of our fields.
So I'm
out
not
there.
sure if you guys just heard, he volunteered to be the director of volleyball.
Freddie's really good at that.
It's the new cart cry. You know who he is.
And just to add to that a little bit, when we do a lot of walking around East Side Park, and even, there's some areas now where
Yep.
they've been setting up nets, and the grass is getting eroded away.
It's down to dirt, so, and then
Yeah.
we have the baseball come there, excuse me. That's the only issue we have. They'll set it up in the same area, and then the turf is gone, and that creates issues with our fields too, so.
I think they use
It's great to see them out there
Northdale quite a bit also,
every weekend.
yeah.
Yep.
Are they not playing as much soccer at Eastside Park now?
Well, that's more of a fall sport, late summer,
Yeah, that
fall.
starts usually August-ish.
Yeah, after baseball.
Yeah, and then you'll get your flag football will play on the same fields, kind of, so, but that will be mid to late August. Any other questions, comments,
Well,
concerns for
I have a-
Julie?
Well,
We're not to the.
oh, we're not to that part yet? Okay, I'll reserve my comment
All right.
then.
I'm quiet today.
Oh, all right. Now it's time for the commissioners' comments.
No, I have a comment. No, I was just gonna bring up, especially because we've got some new people, do we want to do a park tour so that they can see what we're zeroing in on when we're talking about maintenance of this building, or, you know, this needs taken care of, or what ball field, or what lights, or whatever. I always think park tours are a real benefit to me, to know, you know, when you're numbering, okay, I think this is more priority than that, because I've seen it, and this is, yeah, so.
Do you have a preference on which ones you want to go out to? Ones that we haven't visited?
I don't really, but I know, what, it was fall, we went to see Walton, was it Eberly?
Beverly and Discovery.
Discovery.
So that we're not, and
No,
this
we're
is
not.
just an idea of, you know, jumping around the city. If we start either at the south end and work our way north, hitting all the parks, or start at the north and work our way south. So that we're not here or there, trying to remember where
Yeah,
we've been.
either way works, but, yeah, we just have to come up with a few that are the most important, to
All right, let me,
clarify what's going on,
I
and
will email out some ideas, parks to visit, and then once we agree with that, I'll let Julie know, so that we can post it. Go from there. That work? Yes?
well,
Yep.
no, I mean, we've kind of talked to Brian about some of the other things
Yeah.
already, so,
Paul, I do have one before you, when you're ready.
Yeah, all right.
Please.
Steve,
No, I'm good.
ready? Nope. All right. Jen?
Really quiet today. I got
You're sticking
nothing.
with it, huh?
Yeah.
Glenn?
Yeah, I just want to bring this up again because it's still a matter to me. It's a little confusing. And it was brought up with the city council meeting, but, you know, I just wanted to maybe have this on for the meeting minutes. And, you know, that's this whole idea, I guess, of these passive parks. You know, Jan and I and my wife, one of the parks that we did for the Earth Day cleanup was this Armstrong Park on 31st Street North. And the issue that, I guess, that thing that just kind of surprised me is there's absolutely nothing there at all. It's just this field. It's a pipeline, petroleum pipeline easement. And there's absolutely nothing there, no signage, no anything. You know, we did some cleanup there and the like, but we even had trouble finding it. And we even stopped and talked to a gentleman who lived just a block or two away, and we asked him about Armstrong Park, and he said, "What park? We don't have any park around here." And I guess that's part of and I've heard there's maybe another one or so of these, but it's the whole idea of them, these are on the map, the same map of the parks, but they are not really a park. There's absolutely nothing there, no amenities whatsoever, no cultivated grass, anything. And I'd stopped by before I came to the city council meeting, and I looked at it, and I thought, there's no way I'd walk through there if I didn't, without long pants and a whole lot of tick repellent on. Yeah, there just isn't, I guess I just not even sure what their purpose is, and it almost seems to me like having them on something like the city, the park directory is kind of misleading, that, you know, because there is no signage and there's no nothing, and they're really not usable from near as I could tell for anything, that I guess I just don't understand necessarily the purpose or why we even have them really listed when there's really nothing you can do with them, per se. And I talked to Brian about this also very briefly at the tree giveaway, and he even said that, well, even the neighbors there who live right on, that they don't really want to see that developed at all. So there is resistance to some of that, and I even remarked at the meeting that when we were doing the cleanup, one of the houses that we were passing, it was quite clear that they were kind of absorbing some of the park area into their backyard. You know, so there's that sort of issue also. So I guess that's just one of the things is with these areas that are considered maybe passive, but why do we even have them listed at all when nobody really can use them as a park.
It's kind of like the same, excuse me, scenario as the Titan Park that actually we sold the property on because it was a parcel that Jeff was cutting all the time, and the neighbors didn't want us doing anything to the land, whether it be a picnic table, playground, anything. They kind of refused it. Well, go to find out there's actually 2 daycare centers within that circle that was utilizing that open field and just wanted it to leave it that way. So I think this might fall under the same umbrella kind of deal. It's neighbors want nothing done, and so truly, yeah, could it be off the list? Maybe.
So then the question is, there's city property that isn't parks, and there's parks that, I mean, would some of them be better just saying it's city property since it's like Armstrong's on a pipeline, or what's the difference or protocol there? Or?
Sorts. Commission members, some of these properties that you're talking about were platted as parks. When you look at the plats, they're platted as parks. And so they get that designation that they're parkland. They were donated to the city to be used as parks. If the city were to use them for anything other than that, it's a whole different process than some of the other open space areas that we have. So if you look in our chapter, the park chapter, it designates parkland, and it also designates open space. And so, you know, it's a subtle distinction. Is it open space? Is it park? And so some of these areas, they were platted as parks, so they're shown as parks, but they really function as open space. So it's just a matter of how it was platted, how it was created, and then how it's being used. And so it can either be open space, it can be park. And some of these that you're referring to were platted as parks, but they're functioning as open space.
But
So
on the budgeting and so forth, it's coming out of the park money, like Armstrong, right? I don't know how much is really.
right, there
forward to
there isn't a major expenditure there. So
So I don't think you're really doing anything down there, are you?
no.
So then, in a financial way, it doesn't matter whether it's a park or city-owned
Open space,
open space?
right. It's just functioning as open space, right.
Do we need a motion to take it off this list, or be it not a park consideration in
Well,
the city, or?
I would suggest that earlier this evening at the workshop, it was mentioned that we're going to be going through a planning exercise for the new development area, Willowbrook, and then also down at Helmo Station about developing those parks. And I think that's going to start another process where we're going to want to utilize, we're going to want to look at how we utilize our current parks, how the facilities are being utilized, and then what's missing in our park system. And do we have opportunities to either change the uses or provide new uses? You brought up volleyball this evening. Obviously, that's an evolving need that we need to address. And we looked at Northdale. There really isn't a whole lot of space to do it there. And so it begs the question, should we be evaluating changing some of the other uses to accommodate that use? So anyway, I think it's going to be the kind of the start of another process that we're going to have to go through. So I wouldn't jump into, you know, delisting parks or anything like that currently. I think that could be part of a much broader study.
Or just flag them as open space versus a park.
Right.
I mean, it's,
Yeah, but that can be part of that evaluation.
Thank you.
while you're at the mic, do you have anything for us?
I was just going to mention 2 capital projects, if I may. I know Superintendent KOESLING was involved with the roofing out at Walton Park, and I think they pretty much wrapped up on those.
They're completed.
On the shelter roofs, so I think they turned out very nice. They look good, so would encourage you to take a look at them when you're going through Walton Park. And then the other capital project that is still outstanding is the repaving of the Oakdale Nature Preserve Trail, the south leg. And the contract has been awarded. It's Minnesota Paving that's going to be doing the work. They have started on the street improvements that are part of that project as well. Shenandoah and then down by Sergeant Pepper's, that business Park area, they're gonna be doing, repaving those streets. But also that project includes the trail in Oakdale Park. And their schedule indicated they're gonna be doing that work in August. So they're focusing on the street improvements now, and then the last phase will be the trail improvements in Oakdale Park, which I think is probably a good time to look at that when the horse flies and whatever kind of limit the use of the trails up in that area. So it might be a good time for that work. So that's when I would expect to see that. The project also does include repaving a lot of our other trails in the neighborhoods, Shenandoah Valley, the Gateway connection, if you're familiar with that off of Helena up there. That trail is going to be repaved up to the Gateway Trail, and then also through Powerline Park. A lot of those trails are going to be repaved as part of this project as well, and a new connection down to 4th Street is part of that project too. So that's all going to be completed this summer as part of the street and the trail improvement project. With that, I'd stand for any questions.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thank you.
Freddie, you said you didn't have nothing. We were back to Glenn, right? And you're done with your question?
Yes.
I got one or two comments. I ran into somebody just in the last week regarding the ice rink at Walton. And his concern was that he didn't know it was open because the lights were never on over there. Granted, we know there's a switch over there and there's a timer, but he just thinks they need to be on until 10 o'clock at night, just so that you're advertising that the rink is open. And he was a little upset that we didn't have a warming house there this year. Obviously, COVID.
Yeah, we didn't drive
Took
that
that off the-
We planned on it.
Yeah, and he was still upset about that, so. And I'm like, well, that part of it, there's nothing we can do about. The lights could be something that we can look into to try and advertise that the rink is back there and could be utilized. So, something for us to think about. Jeff?
I was just gonna mention, I know we don't have a meeting in next month in June. Summerfest 2021, it's gonna be an abbreviated version. It's gonna be on June 25th and 26th, Friday and Saturday. There is no parade this year. At the time, the restrictions were still on. We don't have time to pull that together. So the committee decided we couldn't do that. There was no way to control the crowds. Everybody, as far as social distancing, and the carnival, it will not be here. So on Friday from 5 to 11, starting at 5, we have entertainment, music. I'm not even gonna tell you what the bands are because I can't even remember. So I'll just refer you to the city's website. I know it's on there, City of Oakdale. And then on Saturday, June 26th, I think it starts at noon. There will be some music for kids and some kids' events. We're still in the planning stages of that process. There will be food trucks. There will be we'll have other food vendors that have been here through the last 30 years for Summerfest. I invited 6 or 7 to come back and be part of that. There will be an art and vendor fair located here at Walton. Then we'll have, the evening, we'll still have music throughout the whole evening, and then I know the band on Saturday night is the Rockin' Hollywoods, who we've always had. And then there will be fireworks at 10 o'clock at Walton Park. So, like I say, check the city's website. There's more information on that, but we're still putting things together. But yeah, it's good to see that the restrictions were eased up last week. It made it a lot easier for us as far.
Absolutely. It's good to hear.
It's good for the community, so.
Yeah, I think they're looking forward to it. Well, I
Yeah.
know a lot of people talk about it, so.
And looking ahead, the inflatable event that usually was like September sometime, is that looking possible?
That is the one event that we are not holding this year. Everything else is going ahead. That planning typically starts in January, so we weren't able to do that, unfortunately, not knowing how this would play out this summer, but it'll be back next year.
Anyone got anything else? Then I look for a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Ready for
Second.
motion? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right, motion adjourned. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night.
Thank you.